You know, a lot of dog owners think summer is all about fun walks, sunshine, and playtime. But what most people don't realize is that this season can actually be the most dangerous time of the year for your dog. Heat stroke alone carries a shocking 50% mortality rate, and that's not even counting all the other hidden risks waiting outside your door. From blazing hot asphalt that can literally burn their paws to parasites hiding in the grass, to the simple mistake of leaving them in the car just for a minute, one wrong move in summer can put your dog's life on the line. In this video, we're going to uncover the 10 most common summer mistakes dog owners make, so you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to keep your best friend safe. So let's jump right in, starting with the first mistake. And honestly, this is one almost every owner makes, without even realizing it. Number 1. Walking your dog during peak heat. Think about this for a second. You step outside in the middle of a hot summer day, and the ground is so scorching that you can barely keep your hand on it. Now imagine your dog who has no shoes walking with bare paws across that same burning asphalt. Most owners don't even notice because dogs rarely complain. They just keep walking until their pads are literally red-cracked or burned. And here's the scary part. Asphalt can hit over 140 degrees Fahrenheit on a sunny day. That's hot enough to fry an egg, and it's what your dog is forced to walk on. The worst part, you may not even realize the damage until it's too late. So, what's the fix? It's not about skipping walks altogether, but about timing. Early mornings and late evenings are your golden hours when the ground is cooler and the air is easier to breathe. Test the pavement with your hand. If you can't hold it for 5 seconds, it's too hot for your dog. Protecting their paws isn't just comfort, it's survival. And here's the kicker, most owners get this wrong every single summer, and their dogs pay the price silently. Now, if you thought the pavement was bad, wait until you hear the next mistake, because it's one that hides inside your own home. Number 2. Ignoring indoor heat and humidity. Here's what most people never think about. Your dog can suffer heat stroke even inside your house. Sounds crazy, right? You've got the AC on, maybe even a fan running, and you assume they're safe. But here's the hidden danger: humidity. When the air is damp and heavy, your dog's natural cooling system just doesn't work. They pant, but instead of releasing heat, that hot air sits in their lungs like steam. Imagine jogging inside a sauna. That's exactly how your dog feels. And the numbers are brutal. Studies show that canine heat stroke carries up to a 50% mortality rate. That means 1 out of 2 dogs that get it never make it back. The signs are subtle. You see your dog stretched out, looking lazy, maybe drooling a little, and you think, oh, he's just tired. But sometimes that's not laziness. That's their body melting down. The scary truth, by the time you realize it's heat stroke, it may already be too late. So what can you do? Keep humidity under control, use a dehumidifier, make sure air flows, and always give your dog access to fresh water and a cool spot. Because the real danger isn't just the blazing sun outside, it's the silent killer waiting inside your living room. And if that shocked you, the next mistake will hit even harder, because it's the one almost every owner swears they'd never make. Until they do. Number 3. Leaving your dog in the car. You've probably said this to yourself before, I'll just be a minute. But here's the truth. A single minute can turn into a death sentence for your dog. Inside a parked car, even on a mild summer day, the temperature skyrockets like an oven. In less than 10 minutes, it can pass 120 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than most saunas, except your dog can't step out, can't strip off layers, can't escape. They're trapped, panicking lungs, working overtime, heart racing, and every second is cutting down their chances of survival. The heartbreaking part. Almost every year, countless dogs die this exact way. Their owners weren't cruel. They weren't careless. They simply underestimated how fast heat builds inside a car. They thought cracking a window would help. It doesn't. The air outside is hot. The air inside doesn't circulate, and your dog suffocates in silence. So, here's the reality check. There is no safe amount of time to leave a dog in a car during summer. Not 5 minutes. Not 2 minutes. Not even with the AC sort of running. If you can't bring them inside with you, leave them at home. It sounds harsh, but it's the only way to keep them alive. And if that makes your stomach twist, good. Because the next mistake is more deceptive. It's wrapped up like a loving treat, but it can still hurt your dog badly. Number 4. Overdoing cold treats and ice. Summer feels incomplete without something cold, right? And if you love a popsicle on a hot day, it feels natural to think your dog wants the same. Many owners toss ice cubes or frozen fruit to their pups, and at first glance it looks harmless, even cute. Your dog crunches happily, tail wagging tongue, slurping. But here's the catch. Too much cold can shock their stomach, upset their digestion, or even trigger bloat in certain breeds. Some vets warn that dogs who gulp down large chunks of ice or frozen treats too fast can suffer cramps or worse. And the problem is, because it feels like an act of kindness, owners tend to overdo it. They keep handing out cubes until the dog's tummy is begging for mercy. Now, don't get me wrong, a little ice is perfectly fine. A cube here, a frozen blueberry there, that's a fun way to cool off. But moderation is everything. Think of cold treats as a bonus, not a meal replacement, and always watch how your dog reacts. If they seem sluggish or have an upset stomach afterward, that's your red flag. And while frozen snacks might be the fun danger, the next mistake isn't fun at all. In fact, it's something you might be doing every time you take your dog to the groomer. And it leaves them exposed in ways you'd never imagine. Number 5. Shaving your dog too short. It feels logical, doesn't it? Summer's here, it's blazing hot, so the less fur your dog has, the cooler they'll feel. That's why so many owners march into the groomer and say, "Shave it all off." But here's the dangerous truth. Your dog's coat isn't just decoration, it's protection. That fur is like natural insulation, keeping heat out, while shielding delicate skin from the sun. When you strip it down to the skin, you don't just take away warmth, you take away defense. Suddenly, every UV ray pierces straight through, and your dog can end up with sunburn irritation, even skin cancer over time. And the worst part, you thought you were helping. You might notice your pup scratching, more red patches appearing, or just looking uncomfortable after a summer cut. That's not relief. That's damage. The smart move is balance trimming for airflow, but leaving enough length for protection. Think breathable, not bare. And here's the kicker. Once you make this mistake, the regret hits fast. Because it's not something you can undo until the hair grows back. That's weeks of exposure your dog has to endure. Now, if you thought grooming was risky, wait until we step into the great outdoors. The next mistake is crawling right under your dog's nose, and it could be hitching a ride back into your home. Number 6. Forgetting Parasite protection. Summer isn't just hot, it's alive. Grass parks' shady corners, they all come buzzing and crawling with hidden threats. Fleas, ticks, mosquitoes. They don't take a vacation. In fact, they thrive in the warmth, waiting for your dog to stroll by so they can hop on for a free ride. And once they're in, it's not just itching. Ticks carry Lyme disease, fleas spread tapeworms, mosquitoes can deliver deadly heartworm. These aren't inconveniences. They're silent killers. Here's the tricky part. You might not notice anything at first. A scratch here, a shake there, easy to brush off. Meanwhile, parasites are multiplying, burrowing deeper, poisoning your dog from the inside out. And by the time the symptoms explode, sudden lethargy, weight loss, swollen joints, you're already in the danger zone. So why do so many owners slip up? Because prevention feels optional until it's too late. Monthly treatments, flea collars, heartworm medication. They sound like chores, but they're really shields. The difference between a safe summer and a nightmare. And just when you think the worst is the stuff you can't see, the next mistake proves otherwise. It's not hiding in the grass or buzzing in the air. It's right there under your dog's feet, burning with every single step. Number 7. Ignoring paw pad damage. Here's something most owners never check: the bottoms of their dog's feet. Those paw pads look tough, almost like built-in shoes, so we assume they can handle anything. But in summer, they're like bare skin walking across a frying pan. Asphalt, sand, even wooden decks can heat up to blistering levels, and your dog has no way to tell you just how much it hurts. They'll keep walking, keep following you while every step feels like fire under their paws. By the time you finally notice, the pads may already be red, cracked, or peeling. And once that happens, every walk becomes painful, every step a reminder of what got overlooked. The fix sounds simple, but it takes awareness. Test the ground yourself with the 5-second rule. If you can't hold your hand, neither can your dog. After walks, run a quick check. If the pads look sore, or your dog is licking them constantly, that's your warning sign. Cooling them down with a damp towel or paw balm can make all the difference. And here's the scary part: paw damage isn't just pain. Open cracks can invite infection, turning a small burn into a big medical bill. But while paws burn on the outside, the next mistake strikes from within, and it's as simple as what goes into their water bowl. Number 8. Not providing enough fresh water. It sounds so basic that many owners shrug it off. Just put down a bowl of water, and you're done, right? But here's the catch. In summer, dogs lose water at an alarming rate. Every pant, every droplet of drool, every dash around the yard drains their body faster than you think. And dehydration doesn't come with a flashing sign. It sneaks in quietly. Your dog slows down a little, their gums get tacky, their eyes look tired, but you might mistake it for normal summer laziness. By the time the real symptoms show, like vomiting, collapse, or refusal to move, you're staring at a medical emergency. And here's what makes this mistake so dangerous: even a short walk without access to water can trigger it. Leaving an empty bowl at home, forgetting to refill during the day, or thinking one dish in the corner is enough. All of these are silent risks. The fix: multiple water stations, shaded bowls outside, and always carrying water when you head out. Because here's the brutal truth: dogs don't always tell you when they're thirsty. By the time they do, it's already late. But if lack of water feels like a hidden danger, the next mistake flips the script. It's not about what you forget to give your dog, it's about what you do to them in the name of keeping them cool, and it backfires badly. Number 9. Cooling your dog the wrong way. When panic hits, owners often grab the first idea that pops into their head. Dump cold water all over the dog hose, them down, or pack them with ice. It feels like you're helping, but here's the harsh truth: you might actually be making things worse. Drenching a dog with ice-cold water can shock their system, constrict blood vessels, and trap heat inside instead of releasing it. And soaking a thick-coated breed under blazing sun, that wet fur acts like insulation, turning into a heat blanket that keeps the hot air in. What you thought was life-saving can backfire in minutes. The smarter move is targeted cooling. Focus on areas with less fur: paws, belly, armpits. Use a damp towel, a shaded breeze, or a fan to pull heat away naturally. Offer cool, not ice-cold water to drink. Let them rest on a cooling mat. It's about steady relief, not shock treatment. And here's the kicker. Every summer, vets see dogs rushed in, not from the heat itself, but from the way their owners tried to fight it. The road to heat stroke can be paved with good intentions, but if that makes you uneasy, the final mistake might terrify you because it has nothing to do with heat or water. It's baked into who your dog is, and ignoring it can turn summer into a deadly gamble. Number 10. Ignoring breed, age, and health risks. Here's the mistake that hides in plain sight, treating every dog the same under summer heat. The truth is, not all dogs handle hot weather equally. A young, lean, short-haired dog might trot happily in the sun, but an older Labrador, a fluffy husky, or a short-snouted bulldog, they're fighting for every breath before you even notice. Age slows cooling extra weight traps, heat, and brachycephalic breeds like pugs or Frenchies already struggle just to breathe on a normal day. Pile on the summer sun, and you've got a ticking time bomb. And yet, so many owners say, "He'll be fine. He loves the outdoors." That confidence can be fatal. Think about it. The very dogs that are most loyal, the ones who push themselves to follow you, are often the ones least capable of surviving extreme heat. They won't stop until their body gives out. That's why adjusting routines isn't optional, it's essential. Shorter walks, cooler hours, vet-approved supplements, or meds for those with conditions. And here's the sobering truth: summer doesn't forgive ignorance. When you ignore your dog's unique vulnerabilities, you're not just risking discomfort, you're gambling with their life. So, now that you've seen all 10 mistakes, the real question is, how many of them have you been making without realizing it? We've just walked through 10 summer mistakes that can silently put your dog in danger. Some of them are obvious, like hot asphalt and parked cars. Others are sneaky, like humidity inside your own home, or shaving their coat too short. But here's the thing: every single one of these mistakes is preventable, and knowing them could literally be the difference between life and death. Your dog can't speak up, can't say "this pavement burns" or "I'm dehydrated." They depend on you to notice, to protect, to act before it's too late. And if you've caught yourself thinking, "Wow, I've done that before," you're not alone. Almost every dog owner has. The difference is now you know better, and now you can do better. So here's what I want you to do. Take these lessons, keep them in mind every summer, and most importantly, share them. Because the more owners who learn, the fewer dogs have to suffer. And if you found this video eye-opening, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment telling me which mistake surprised you the most, and share this with a fellow dog lover. Let's make sure every pup gets through summer safe, happy, and by your side where they belong.